to attempt an answer. Ish?
I was wondering, does this resolution contradict the budget? It would seem that it does, since the budget doesn't extend child care, the budget doesn't extend unemployment, the budget doesn't extend a number of programs that would be specifically considered anti-poverty programs. Doesn't this resolution contradict the budget?
Well, we all have some difficulties with what's in the budget and what's not in the budget, but this resolution takes us beyond that. I think transcends all of that. It has all of us, all of the parties in the House of Commons and the Senate saying that, as Senator Segal has just said, we can do better. And we should do better. We need to do better if we're going to make sure that everybody is healthy as we go through and come out of this very difficult economic time that we're in. So, we're not going to focus today, and as we send this message to the G8 and the G20 leaders on what divides us so much as what we've found a way to be together on here this morning, and to send that message strongly and clearly and confidently to those folks that they need to do better, they have to do more.
And let me perhaps just add that I support the budget, obviously, enthusiastically, as the right measure for this time. My colleagues in other parties will have a different view, but I don't think there's a contradiction, because this talks about what's on the agenda at the G8 and the G20 and what all the countries have to do. A lot of what drives the federal budget and the new investments that have been launched is the common agreement between G8 countries to spend at least 2% of their GDP to stimulate the economy. What we're saying is that in discussions of the next round of short-term priorities, we should be looking at the poor, because if we don't address that issue, that could be much more destabilizing.
We all have views on the budget. We've all had the opportunity to express those in the House of Commons and in committee. What I would say about this is that we appreciate the fact that all parties, including the government, have agreed that this should be a priority. And I think that this represents how Parliament should work at its best. Both houses of Parliament, all parties coming together to support this motion to say that the G20, the G8 need to look at this issue and make it a priority.